Arlene here. Welcome back to my Country Craft Corner and Arlene's Travels. How in the world are you guys doing today? It is so good to see you again, and thank you so much for stopping back by to see what I'm up to. And what I'm up to today is I am continuing on vlogging about our Panama Canal Full-Transit cruise. For those of you who might not have seen the first two episodes, I encourage you to go back and take a peek at those, and I explain everything and what we're doing in those videos. But a very quick synopsis. Chris and I are currently on a Panama Canal Full-Transit cruise on the Coral Princess, which is Princess Cruises' say that 3 times fast, smallest ship, except for her sister ship, the Island. We absolutely love the Coral Princess. She is our favorite ship by far in the Princess fleet. And she is smaller because she was designed more narrow to go through the historic locks in the Panama Canal, which we have done. And I'm not sure I'll get to that point in this video, but we may get to talking about the Panama Canal in this one. What I'm going to do, the last video ended with our first day on board, with embarkation day. And the next 2 days on our itinerary were 2 sea days. And then we came into Aruba, and then we had another sea day, and then we came into did the Panama Canal Full-Transit. So I kind of want to talk about all the sea days kind of as one day, because for one thing, Chris and I love a sea day. And for another thing, we came on this cruise, the whole cruise, let me say that, our entire cruise is a back-to-back-to-back. The Panama Canal cruise, then a California coastal cruise, and then a Vancouver round-trip Alaska cruise out of Vancouver. So we're doing a back-to-back-to-back cruise. This is the longest cruise that Chris and I have ever taken in one fell swoop. We've been away from home longer one other time, but this is the first time that we've been on board a cruise ship for about 34 days. And we're loving it. We're loving it, to be honest with you. But I am going to kind of wrap the sea days up into one day, because we kind of do the same things each day, and there's only so much to do. Right now, we are in a hot climate, and they have trivia on board. They have other games on board that we could go do. But honestly, we have been resting and relaxing. We get up and kind of tootle around the stateroom. Chris goes out. He gets me yogurt every morning. I have to be honest. He goes and gets me a little bowl of yogurt. And we kind of skip breakfast other than that. And he'll sometimes get some smoked salmon, and he'll eat that in the morning here in the room. And then we go to lunch in the buffet. And then we kind of tootle around the ship, ride around, listen to, sometimes we'll stop and talk to people. We'll go shopping on sea days. The shops are open. We'll shop in the shops and talk to people, get to know people on board. It's just very relaxed. Then we come back to our room, kind of hang out in the afternoon, which is what we're doing right now. It's after lunchtime right now. We are actually in port today at a port that you'll hear about in a future vlog, I should say. I also have been answering a lot of questions, because we're going to have some people coming on who have never been on the Coral during the Alaska cruise. So I've been trying to answer a lot of questions for them. And one of which was, first, does the Coral have an international cafe? 2, they heard that it backs up to the casino. And 3, they wanted to know about the amount of seating that is available in the International Cafe. So I took my scooter, and Chris and I walked through the International Cafe. The International Cafe is open 24/7, and it's attached to a lovely coffee bar as well. And I believe the snacks are available to everyone, but you need to have a plus or premier package in order to indulge in the specialty coffees. So, I would just check with your travel agent to see what you are allowed with whatever package you have. But as you can see, I think I'm probably showing you the little video here in a split screen, the International Cafe does back up to the casino. And smoking is allowed in the casino. But that said, and I am very sensitive to smoke. I don't like it. I don't like the smell of it. I'm not a smoker, and I don't like it. So, but I have to say that we have not been overwhelmed with the smell of smoke at any time during the day. And the casino is open, you know, I don't know what the hours on of the casino one. Oh, hang on, let me check. It can't be open when we're in port. I know that. Let's see. I'm sure it's on here somewhere, but I don't want to take up time to tell you. If I found out, I'll type it up there. But we don't go to the casino, so we don't know that information either. Sorry about that. But it is not a horrible, overwhelming smoke smell. It's really not. The International Cafe is on deck 6, and there are other things on deck 6 as well. It is a very nice little kind of a long deck that you can walk and stop and look at your pictures if you've had pictures taken, and all kinds of things on deck 6. But anyway, that is the International Cafe. You can see it does have ample seating in there for a little group, and it's quite nice. It's quite nice. The coffee, as I'm not a coffee drinker either, but Chris is, and he likes the coffee from the International Cafe. And the snacks are really good. I will say I had a lemon pound cake, which is superb. One of the folks that's coming on told me to try that, and it is so good, you guys. The lemon pound cake that you can only get. I haven't seen it on any other menu, nor have I seen it up in the buffet. So looks like the International Cafe is the only place you can get that. So you can stop in there and get it. Then as you move aft on deck 6, at the very back of the ship is it's called the Universe Lounge, and it is lovely. It's a 2-story lounge, and that's where a lot of the trivia takes place. Some Zumba sometimes goes on in there in the mornings, and other entertainment folks go in there and entertain. It's very comfortable. It's cool. It's really nice and cool. I don't know what it'll be in Alaska. It might be really warm, or could be really cold. I don't know what it'll be, but that is a nice lounge too. And I wanted to show you that while we're here looking at the sea days. And a couple of interesting things about the Coral Princess itself. The Coral Princess has a promenade deck that encircles the entire ship without having to go up a flight of stairs, around the bow, and back down a set of stairs, which all the other ships do. And even the Island Princess does not have a promenade deck that goes all the way around, because they refurbished that ship and added staterooms onto the back of her. And they closed off there are 4 aft facing public decks that you could on, I think it's 8, 9, 10, and 11, that you can go out and look. Well, you can look off of 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. I think you can go out. Like, we're in the aft, and we can go right out, and this is our view out of the aft. It is absolutely stunning. I can't even imagine what that's going to be like. Some of the pictures I'm going to be able to bring to you guys, because we actually have an aft facing balcony deck that we literally go out our door and take about 20 steps and we're back there. Our room is in the side facing balcony, but in the aft. It is just lovely. It is just absolutely lovely. We love this ship. It doesn't have a lot of shops on it. It's got like 3 or 4 main shops. It only has 2 main dining rooms, where some of these bigger ships have 4 and 5 main dining rooms. The buffet is small, but it sits on the front of the ship, and it looks out of the front of the ship, and we love it. And it's always hot. The food is always good. The desserts have been mostly good. Some of them could be a little sweeter in my mind, but you can't get too sweet for me, you know? So it's certainly not stopping me from eating, that's for sure. I'm really trying though. I'm really trying, because I've got all my jeans and stuff with me. I got to get into them when we get to Alaska, you know? Can't be gaining weight. I'm really trying hard not to gain weight, It is, admittedly though, I'm struggling a bit. I don't have my scales here, of course. I didn't bring my scales with me. But, you know, I'm trying not to, and I hope when I get home I haven't gained, a bunch of weight that I have to really work on just to get back down to where I was to begin with. I'm sure I will have gained some, but I'm taking it one day at a time, one day at a time. Also, we are eating dinner every night in the Bordeaux dining room, which is actually the anytime dining. dining room, but if you look on your app, on the Princess app, you can, on this ship, the traditional dining is on the Provence, in the Provence dining room, and you can make your reservation for whatever time you want to each night of your cruise. This is where we've been eating every night, right over here. Mama,
how are you?
I'm fine. How are you? Hello.
How are you, Papa? I didn't see you when you came in.
I was right there. I came
On the other side, you're sneaking me, huh?
No, I came in the side. I don't know.
I didn't see you.
On YouTube. Hello. You don't mind being on YouTube?
No worries.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Thank you, enjoy.
Okay. Hi again. Anyway, how are you tonight?
Very good, thank you so much.
Good. I'm doing a little videoing. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And we had, they're all gone.
They're all gone now. He removes our wine glasses because we don't drink wine. Here's our menu for the night. And I'm going to choose what I want to eat now. And before they we've had this cruise booked for a long time. So Chris had already booked us in the Bordeaux, and we didn't want to try to change it. And even though it is the anytime dining, and that, you know, some people at tables around us are different people every night, we have the same table every night and the same wait staff, because Chris put us in every night at 5 o'clock for a two-person table. We are going to have to move for the California coastal cruise coming up, because our dear friends Barb and Don are coming on, and we needed a four-top, and Chris went ahead and made reservations before we sailed for a four-top for every night of the remainder of the cruise. And the manager came and found me and said, we need to move you. I said, well, yes, we know, because we need a four-top. So we're actually moving across the dining room, which I'm kind of sad, because we're going to miss Maliati and Augustinus. I can't ever get his name right. The junior waiter, such wonderful gentlemen. And, you know, the manager said, they'll come visit you. They'll come visit you. I said, well, I hope so. And they don't want us to go, and we don't want to go, and all of that, you know. But anyway, we went to, hopefully I've been showing you some menus and some food out of the main dining room. And it's a lovely experience. If you've never gone to a main dining room, it is like a fine dining experience. I am a little bit disappointed in some of the passengers on this ship, and the lack of care that they take to dress a little bit nicer, even this is my outfit today, for instance. This is my outfit today, and I will wear this. It's a smart casual evening, and I will wear this into the main dining room. But in contrast, here we are on a formal night. Now, Chris does not always wear a suit like that. He does not always. He will take the jacket off and the tie off and just wear the shirt and slacks. But he always ticks up his wardrobe, and he never wears, the only time he's ever wears shorts into the main dining room is embarkation day, evening. That's it, because sometimes you don't get your luggage and you can't get unpacked and that kind of thing, and they give you that night. But they're not saying anything to anybody. But I've seen people walking in with shorts on every night, men and women, and I just am like, and men with baseball caps or hats, and not taking them off when it's bad enough you walk in with one, but then don't take it off. Just sit with it on your head, and you know. And these are older gentlemen, and who, I'm sorry, should know better. You know, they should know that you don't wear a hat sitting at the table. Now, I might be showing my age, you guys, and please pardon me, and I don't mean to insult anybody, but it's just like, try a little bit. Why don't you try a little bit? Oh, and you hear the argument, well, I paid for my cruise and I can wear whatever I want because I paid all this money to come on this cruise. Well, yeah, you did. Well, so did everybody else in there, you know, and at least some of us do try for ourselves. And it's just to the point, I just got to get over myself. You know. So anyway, it is what it is, you know. I can't do anything to change other people, so why even try? Okay, also speaking of the casino, if any of you are casino players, here's a little video of the casino. Chris walked in there very early in the morning. As you know, he is a very early riser, and he walked into the casino very, very early one morning and took this video. And it is not huge by any stretch of the imagination, just like nothing on this ship is really huge, but it is nice. And so he walked through there, and I wanted to show you that. And that's about what we do on sea days. You know, they're very laid back, quiet days. We watched Moana one afternoon, or Chris was watching it while I was getting ready for dinner one night. We watched TV. There are a lot of movie choices. I did take a little video of some movie choices. They've got Maverick, Top Gun on here, and some other things, you know, that are up-to-date movies, you know. And they also have movies under the stars up on deck 14. So when you get, you know, your pad or look on there, and it's usually been listed on one of these, in this section here, as you right on the back of the front page, the movies under the stars have been listed here. But I did take a picture of the chairs that they put out. They put out nice cushions on the, you know, on the deck chairs. And then when we get to Alaska and it gets chillier out, they'll put blankets on the chairs. And they sell popcorn. And it's a very nice little experience up there. Think of Maverick, Top Gun on that big fat screen, you know. That, I'm sure, looks good up there. So that's pretty much a synopsis of our sea days, and a little bit of information about the Coral Princess herself. I highly encourage you, if you ever do a Panama Canal Full-Transit or an Alaska cruise, pick the Coral. Pick the Coral. She has so many outdoor spaces that are not obscured by big pieces of glass that jet up in the air that you can't fit your camera lens through. And that has back decks like this one does. And, you know, choose the Coral. She's little, but she's mighty, you guys. Okay, we did go, after the first 2 sea days, we did pull into Aruba. And Chris and I did not get off of the ship in Aruba. We've been to Aruba many times, and we had no desire to go back into Aruba. So these are the pictures that I took from the balcony in Aruba. Aruba's lovely. But, you know, we just didn't want to go to a beach, you know, and we didn't want to do anything. Also, I'm going to be throwing in some pictures of crew. All of the crew here on the Coral Princess, I have to say, in my opinion, Princess has the best crews, honestly. They are so kind. They're so cordial.
Was in the spring, and spring became the summer. Touching hands, reaching out, touching me, touching you. Hey! Sweet Caroline, ba, ba, ba. The times never seem so good. So good, so good. To believe they never would, but now I know it only And when I heard Sweet Caroline, the times never seem so good. To believe they never would. Sweet
What they're doing, I don't care if they're eating or if they're walking by, they always acknowledge, hello, how are you today? What's you know, how's your day going? Is there anything you need? And it's just the best. They are the best of the best. So I'm going to be throwing in some pictures of crew as well here, and they are amazing, absolutely amazing. And after that, we had yet another sea day, And then we got to the Panama Canal. How many minutes have I talked? I've talked for 20. Well, I'll tell you real quickly about the Panama Canal. The Panama Canal, of course, is a marvel. And as I said, we went through the historic locks, and the historic locks are different because they tie up the ship to little trains that run on tracks that literally pull the ship through the locks, and then the doors shut behind it, and the water either fills in or goes out, you know, whichever direction you're going. For us, it was out, but it was really interesting watching the ships go through, and everybody at the Panama Canal was waving at us. All the workers were waving and giving us thumbs up and clapping for us. And then you could also see the ships going the opposite direction. We were passing ships, you know, going the opposite direction, and all those people, they were doing the dances and all this kind of stuff. And I'll show you pictures as we're going through here. We had tugboats that were behind us when we went into the first lock, just making sure that the ship was centered and going in right. It's very interesting. I encourage you to look up the Panama Canal and do your research on it, because I would bore you to tears if I went through all the history of it. But it was beautiful. It was a beautiful day. That day, hot. It was super, super, super hot. Here's what I wore. Just a purple cold shoulder top and purple capris. And it was a fun day. It's really fun. And, you know, you get to know your neighbors. You know, I got to know the neighbors on either side of us here. And you're out there talking with others, and the excitement is building. And, you know, one of the ladies next door said, I didn't think I'd be excited about this, but I'm super excited about this. I said, I know, it's exciting. And the commentary was coming through. We had I don't have my patter with me, but we had a commentator on here. What he said was coming through the TV's bridge cam. Hint for you, if you ever do a Panama Canal, you can always hear whatever announcements are being made. If you turn on your TV, go to live TV, then go to bridge cam, and you'll be able to hear the announcements. And you could also look at the bridge cam and watch the front of the ship go through the locks. I caught some pelicans at one point. They were, you know, when those gates close, buddy, you know, gets all the water stirred up and brings up all the fish and everything. And they were munching down, those pelicans were, and I really caught some great shots of them with my big camera. And one with my iPhone. I caught a pretty good one with my iPhone. And somebody said they saw a shark when they shut the gates behind it. They said they saw a shark. I didn't see it. But again, we were off on the back of the ship. And all in all, it was a great day. It was a great day in the Panama Canal. As I said, it was super hot, but it was a good day. We did stop. Well, we got through the first set of locks, and then we went and had lunch and met a husband and wife team, apparently here on the Coral. And here's a picture of them. And, you know, then we came back to our room and enjoyed the rest of the day until dinner time. And by the time dinner came around, we were through all the locks, you know. So it's a lovely, lovely day. You saw the Bridge of the Americas, and it was lovely, you guys. It was lovely. I highly encourage you to try to take a Panama Canal full transit all the way through. So you can transit all the way over to either from the Pacific to the Atlantic or the Atlantic to the Pacific Ocean. Pretty neat, you know. So, all right, that's going to do it for this one. I've run out of time, you guys. I do not want to keep you forever and a day here on these videos. It takes me, I'm double posting. I'm posting here on Arlen's Country Craft Corner and here on Arlen's Travels, which wherever you're watching, I'm double posting. It takes me every bit of 7 hours every time I post a 30-minute video. So I'm going to try to keep them at 30 minutes. And I've been letting my computer run overnight sometimes. So my videos might be going on Arlen's Country Craft Corner. They might be going up about 8 o'clock in the morning. And then the Arlen's Travels will go on later that night. If you are subscribed to one but not the other, you might want to try that. I'll try to remember to put my links for each one, each opposing channel in the description box of the channel you're watching. Also, a reminder, not that I'm looking for money, I'm not, but if you like any of the clothing that I'm wearing or anything, you know, my packing cubes, my packing folder, my suitcase strap, hair products, lipsticks, anything that I can link in the Amazon box. I have a new Amazon box called 2025 Spring Cruise I can't remember exactly what else I called it, but it's, you know, it's in the link for it is in the description box. So I encourage you to go there if you've seen something that you like and you think that you might be able to find a link for it. But that's it. That's going to be it for this one, you guys. And next up we were at Panama City. We didn't get off there. Another sea day. Then we're in Punta Arenas, Costa Rica. And we didn't get off there at sea. And then Puerto Chiapas. We did get off there. There's not a lot there. So the next one, when we come back, I will probably be, there'll probably only be 2 more, maybe even just 1 more video of this cruise, but we're not finished this cruise yet. So it might be a few days before you see another video from me, you guys. I don't want to bore you with the same information. There's a lot of sea days on this cruise, and we are not getting off at a lot of the ports, so I don't have a ton of information. Trust me, you guys, when we get to Alaska, there's no way that I'm going to be able to keep up. I'm going to have to be doing, you know, videos when I get home too, you guys, because Alaska, we have a lot going on, and there's so much to tell you about Alaska. You know, Alaska's my happy place. So come on along with me, and I'll put stuff up when I have stuff to put up that I don't think will bore you to tears. So, but for now, I'm going to shut this one down and say thank y'all so much for stopping in here today. Please subscribe if you haven't to my Country Craft Corner channel. I've lost a bunch of subscribers because I went a week without really putting anything up, and you know, now I've not gained them back. So do subscribe if you would. Please check your subscription if you are subscribed. A lot of you tell me that you do become unsubscribed, but please check your subscription. Do subscribe or resubscribe, please. It's free. It's free to do. Hit the notification bell and then hit all. And share with your friends and family and co-workers. And welcome to all of the crew members here on the Coral Princess who have subscribed. I know there's many of you. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you for your support. I appreciate all of you. You guys are so sweet. You're gonna make me cry. So sweet here on this ship. And thank you for subscribing, and thank you for sharing with your other crew members. Thank you so much, and your friends and your families and everything. For those of you who might be struggling or suffering with a catastrophic illness or chronic pain, I hope that you have someone there with you, taking care of you, helping you get through each day, making the very, very best out of each day. I hope there's nothing weighing on your minds or your hearts, pulling your attention away from where you want it to be or from where it should be. I love y'all to bits, to bits, to bits. Hugs all around, and I keep you in my thoughts and my prayers every single day. And with all of that said, I'll just say, until next time, y'all take good care. Bye-bye.